audience. What are you doing in clearly a rainy place? Where is this, Florida? Arizona. It's not rained here since 1896. Stop winding, please. Check it out, it's my man Abe. Check him out. He's got big brass head. His head is made out of brass. It's too windy. This vlog's hopeless. All right, let's walk over to a place where there's no more wind. Let's look at this guy also. Mark London. Yeah, dude, look at him. This guy, Frank Delano Roosevelt. All right, I don't know where to get away from the wind, but it's been fun. This is a fountain. It's a massive fountain over there. Every once in a while, it'll shoot some water into the air, and there's a beautiful lake. You can't swim in it. It's called reclaimed water, whatever that means. It says, do not swim. This is reclaimed water. So it looks like it's glowing, like radioactive green. But the birds seem to like it. Okay, where's a nice safe place? Here we go. Over here. All right. Perfect. Our new office. Oh, there's no wind here. It's beautiful. So, my tire exploded again. So, instead of thank you for the sirens, as soon as we get rid of the wind, we have sirens. What is it, the first crime committed in Arizona since 1896? You know, some people, you know, it's been really fun being on the internet again. Yesterday was awesome. It's funny because, you know, I've just been kind of speaking, saying just my thoughts, which is, you know, I think that's a good thing. I think everybody should do that. But it's funny because people were like, I don't know, because, you know, there are certain amounts of times, it's like there are certain times everybody's like, well, let's, everybody, we got to stay in line. You know, everybody's got to be in the same, like, narrative. Like, we got to be thinking the same thoughts so we can work together. Is kind of the idea that I had. And then over time, you're like, okay, so all the stuff that we're all saying together is wrong. Or some of it, you know? And so then you're like, okay, so maybe just stop saying stuff. Give it some time. You know, I don't know, see if everybody figures out what's going on or what's not going on. And then, you know, I just kind of start making videos about, and I don't know if any of you guys got offended by this. Hopefully not. But, you know, the kid thinking he's the Pegasus. It's not that far from thinking that they're, you know, like a worm folk or, you know, elf. You know, it's a fantasy sounding thing, like from a video game, right? It's way cooler. And I don't really think a lot of people are really seriously getting into that, you know, but I don't know. Like, you know, I know a couple trans people. I don't know a lot of them. And I don't even know what that means. Okay. Like, what is does it mean that you know someone who is in the process of transitioning? And because that's a scary process to me, because maybe I haven't done the research, but I'm pretty sure nobody's done the research. I'm pretty sure it's dangerous. The only data we have says, you know, taking these hormones and chemicals to, you know, when you're a kid, screws up your puberty, and that you can't perfectly undo it. I don't even think you can closely undo it. And so you're like, maybe if you want to be a part of an experiment, go for it. But, you know, we have this one life. We were born into this body. Here we are. Some of us have, you know, no arm. We're missing an arm, you know? And then we're like, but in my head, I have 2 arms. You're like, yeah, I know, and you should. It's very helpful, you know? But doesn't mean you should jump out on the wing and do the experimental stuff in the beginning. You know what I mean? You need like decades, decades of long-term data, hundreds of years, like generations, like what, you know, you want to look at the bigger picture. That's why history is important. And, you know, and then you look at like the Bible and stuff like that, these literature that was written over thousands of years, put together over thousands of years, and you feel like it's a really good effort of humanity over a long period of time to make something that will cause humans to be able to work together for as long as possible in this maximum amount of happiness, maximum amount of comfort. You know, literally the rule book is don't kill each other, don't rob each other, don't envy each other, because if somebody else works harder than you and you just sit there and envy, that's not fair. like, but you don't have the same thing that they have. That's not, it doesn't feel fair, but I mean, it's not always not fair. It's a rule book. It's like a rule book of, okay, we want to incentivize the people to work really, really hard, like the Elon Musks of the world. Thousands of years ago, it's still been relevant. It's a little hot out here. Anyway, so I don't know. Hopefully things come back together. If not, I'm on humanity's side. Whatever. And life goes on. And after we all die horrible deaths, there will be a beautiful life born anew. And maybe it'll be us. Maybe it'll be you. And you won't remember anything, maybe. This is a maybe. I don't freaking know. Nobody really knows. Let's say you die, and then you're gone, lights out. Oh, peaceful, back into the infinite, beautiful universe, right? But then lights come back on, but they hit the reset button, and you're like, what is all this? Giant mommy fingers, giant happy mommy heartbeat sound, whatever, and you go forward into your life, and hopefully your parents love you. But you're going to be just as you then as you are now. You're just not going to remember everything. That's what I think. It's possible that maybe you will have some kind of eternal soul that will remember the things you did in your life and either celebrate them or regret them forever. But it's also possible that we want the world to be as good as it possibly can be, because when you die, you're not going to die. You're going to just, how you came back out of nothing, out of nowhere, from the darkness once? Why wouldn't that happen again? It happened once. I've been alive my whole life. I've never been dead. Neither have you. You've been alive your whole friggin' life. And then when you're dead, you're not going to know that either you'll be alive again, and, so you want to make the world better for those people in the future, which that's going to be you. Maybe. You're just not going to remember anything. So you're still going to be just as you. Maybe that's how it is for all of us. Maybe we're all literally the same. That's why the Bible's like, love your neighbor as yourself, as your brother. Honor your mother and your father. Blah, blah, blah. Do these things to make your family not suck balls. Maketh thy family not suck balls. And the Lord said, and it was good. Yeah, this has been pretty fun. But yeah, my friggin' tire exploded, so I'm just going to walk around for the rest of the day. I got featured on Snapchat. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm coming back. Apparently, coming back. Really excited. The Emperor gonna put on a new set of clothes. Does it imply I'm naked? All right. This is a beautiful place for us to walk back and forth. By the way, let me just say, I was really happy to see it, and they picked a beautiful picture of my face. If you didn't watch the story, don't watch it. I'll just tell you, it's just really great. It's just, it's good. It's, not accurate, but, it got a cool title, yeah, my headshot looks great, so whatever, Anyways, I just feel good to be a part of the world again. I guess I'm relevant. Don't even have to do anything. But I wish it would be cool, though, if there was something similar like that, was like, hey, here's some cool stuff actually about this guy, because he's a great guy. I mean, look at his life. He's walking around back and forth behind a garbage dump. He's a good guy. He talks to animals. Okay? And there's just, as life goes on, we try to learn stuff. We learn how to, who to stay away from. Slowly. It's not easy because you start out and you think everybody is as great as you are. In my head, I would go through phases, I think we all do, of, loving yourself and thinking, yeah, this is important what I'm doing, don't you think? And then sometimes you're like, what am I even doing? Like, I'm not good enough at all. But, like when you take care of somebody, like it gives you this purpose. When you take care of a animal, or when you like do your best to instill good, true, honest values in people. Which, if I raised this generation, you could argue I failed. But, I don't know. I still try to be fair with people. And, some people literally will think you're delusional for all kinds of reasons. And they'll say delusional, which is sort of that's a gaslighting word. That's like a word people use to gaslight. It's a kind of a bully word. We're like, oh, this group of people is delusional. We're like, why? Like, well, we don't even want to think about it. It's just, it's delusional. We're like, why don't you want to think about it? Because what if I catch it? We're like, does that mean the idea is maybe good? Maybe that's why you're going to maybe catch this idea? Anyways, 10 minutes. I haven't even said any of the stuff I wanted to talk about. All right. Bless your face. If you sneezed during this video, bless you. We'll see. I'll get my car back on Monday. Been a fantastic week. Looking forward to some more of these kind of weeks, baby. Just feels good. When you work out and you're not just, sitting around eating delicious junk food, watching Netflix, you get about your day and you realize, don't really need any of that. You don't need it. It's nice to have as a bonus. But when you're working out, taking care of yourself, living true, being that King Arthur that you all can be. I actually am, but you guys, you'll find out. I'm dropping ominous future king vibes. FKVs. Fugvis. Bless your face. If you sneeze during this video, bless you. March forth in your life. Fear not. For the enemy is a bunch of pansies. I should write out the speech next time. Outro darkness and greatness.